One important thing going on with Bitcoin's long-term put options is that we finally saw a key change, and it's not great. And the key change that we saw in these metrics is that Bitcoin's long-term put options saw sustained demand as price consolidates. So as we've seen the price level off between that $30,000, $40,000 per coin range, we're seeing everything pretty stable. The whole crypto market is holding strong at that 1.6, really between 1.55, $1.65 trillion market cap. And what we're seeing right now is that Bitcoin's longer-term puts or bearish bets are drawing stronger demand than calls for the first time in 2021. And that's a sign that the recent sell-off has taken a toll and investors are starting to become more bearish and losing confidence in crypto for the rest of this year, at least, in the short to medium term. Because according to data provider Skew, the 6-month call skew, which measures the relative expensiveness of puts versus the relative expensiveness of calls, crossed above zero on May 17th, indicating a bias for puts, and it has stayed there since then. So essentially, for those of you who don't know, a call gives the buyer the right, but not the obligations. You don't have to buy the underlying asset at a predetermined price. You could buy calls and that say, when they expire, you can buy let's say you could buy Bitcoin at a lower price than it is if the price goes up. For puts, it's the same thing. It gives the purchaser the right to sell the underlying asset at a predetermined price. So basically, if people are buying calls more, it means that they think the price is going to go up. Puts means that they think the price is going to go down. And this is important because this is the first time ever that we are seeing sustained prints above zero for the first time, indicating that there is a demand for puts, meaning that people think the market is going to go down, at least in the short term. We have seen a number of pullbacks over 2021. We saw in April there was a big pullback in the market. We saw a couple pullbacks before that, but this is the first time ever during 2021 that the 6-month put call skew remained entrenched in negative territory, which is a sign that people are becoming more bearish on crypto than they previously were. So this isn't a great sign for things to come, but either way, where I see it, and according to other data, as long as we see Bitcoin's price stay above that $30,000 per coin range, things are looking still pretty good moving forward. It appears very similar to what we saw back in 2013 with the Bitcoin run. We're going to see a sort of double pump scenario. That is what things are looking like right now because a lot of long-term holders of Bitcoin are still remaining unfazed. They haven't sold off their positions. And a couple of key things that we are seeing is that long-term holders are adding more to their position. Miners are accumulating more Bitcoin as well. And short-term holders are selling off. So really, people who have paper hands, people who don't believe in Bitcoin and crypto long-term, they get nervous with this volatility. Whenever there's a lot of volatility, they sell off, they get out because they don't believe in it long-term. But what we're seeing is that long-term holders, people who have owned Bitcoin for more than 155 days, are adding to their positions during this time period when we're seeing short-term holders sell their positions. So really what this means is that we see this every single cycle in the crypto market. Every time Bitcoin starts to rise, more and more investors, new investors, get into crypto who have not been in it before. And those people are the people who, aren't going to make as much profit because they just try and ride the wave. They hear about everything in the news. They get in then. But then as soon as everything takes a hit, they Bitcoin, Ethereum's not going anywhere. I don't believe in it anymore. And so that's what we're seeing right now because we saw that 40% drop off in the month of May 2021, a lot of those short-term holders are scared and they got out of the market. But the good news is we are seeing long-term accumulation increase for Bitcoin. Things are looking pretty good as long as we stay above that $30,000 per coin range. I think there's a very good chance that we could see a double pump scenario similar to 2013. Really just need to break that $40,000 per coin range, have a sustained break above it, and then I think we will see Bitcoin reach new all-time highs later this year.